7 Drywall Installation Mistakes Every beginner installer makes. Drywall is one of the most important components of any home and, if not installed properly, can lead to costly repairs down the road. Unfortunately, drywall installation is often an intimidating and complex process that is difficult to master without experience. Many novice drywall installers make various mistakes throughout the installation process. Whether you're a first-time installer or a DIY pro, this list will help keep your project on track. 1. Oversanding. A frequent misstep while hanging drywall is oversanding. This happens when you're too rough while sanding. To avoid making this error, be careful and gentle while sanding. If you don't, it will result in an over-sanded and ruined seam. It's best to have a light shining on the area you're working on so you can clearly see what you're doing. 2. Overscrewing. Overscrewing is one of the most frequent mistakes in drywall installation. If you screw more than required, it damages the surface board and causes the screw to loosen its grip on the sheet of drywall. However, this is easily fixable. Simply place a new screw next to the overscrewed one. 3. Wrong alignment with fastening incorrectly. A tradesman always uses the measure twice, cut once rule to ensure accuracy. The same concept can be applied to drywall installation by marking where you need to drill before screwing it into the frame. This way, you won't miss the frame and have to waste time unnecessarily drilling in the same area more than once. Also, remember there's nothing worse than incorrect alignment, but if you don't mark the spots where you need to screw in the drywall, it can be just as bad. Make sure you take your time and measure twice before drilling so that you don't have to repeat it while fastening. 4. Unnecessary joints. Unskilled drywall installers and people attempting DIYing may think they are being thrifty by buying fewer materials. However, this will only cause more problems and be more expensive in the long run. When considering how many sheets you'll need, consider the size of your walls. If you can cover a wall with 2 12-foot long sheets rather than 4 8-foot sheets, go for the former option. Even though it's challenging to move 12-foot sheets around, it's much easier when taping and adding coats of compound later on. 5. No adequate frame support. If you're fastening drywall to a frame, don't forget to add a backing for extra support. Without adequate support, the drywall can be damaged or installed improperly. If you don't have enough support, add 2x4 alongside the initial frame. 6. Creating the tight drywall joints. When installing drywall, it's essential to leave a space of at least 1/8" between each sheet. This allows for movement in the frame of the building, which will prevent cracks and damage to the drywall. It's much easier to fill a small gap than to repair broken drywall. 7. Not considering the electrical box's dimensions. The most challenging component of adding drywall is accounting for electrical boxes. To start, measure your desired area and cut accordingly. With the newly cut piece, hold it up to see if the opening around the electrical box is big enough. If so, screw the opposite end from where the electrical panel is located. If not, use a utility knife to locate where you need to make cuts until there's sufficient space for maneuvering, then slide it over. Finish screwing in place once that's done. And that's all about avoiding costly mistakes and wasted materials. Hopefully, by learning from our top 7 biggest drywall installation mistakes, you can finish your drywall project right the first time. Thank you for watching. For more helpful tips and ideas on painting drywall and ceiling, please visit my site at repaintnow.com.